yourself in this situation. You are broke, but you still want your own gaming PC, and pre-builds cost a fortune. And you have $350 worth of cash, and you want to build your own gaming PC which can play games. Just like my friend.
Hello, I am poor.
So, today we would be fixing that and we would be building a $350 gaming PC which has a dedicated graphics card.
Wow!
So, let's get on with it. Now, first up, we would be choosing our processor. So, the processor we are choosing is an APU, but we would still be using a dedicated graphics card with it. It's an APU, but it gives considerable performance as a CPU as well. So the processor we are going with here is the Athlon 3000G. So let's check its price. And on Newegg, it is $60. And let's check Amazon. Amazon, it is quite simply not available. It looks like, or you could risk it and go with this sketchy Danny Plumens Sepultura cotton performance short sleeve t-shirt. So we would be sticking with Newegg for the moment. Let's add this to our cart. So next up, we would be choosing our motherboard. So do you think we should go with A320?
I think that B450 is better because I'm a bit into overclocking.
Okay, so B450 it is. So let's search AMD motherboards, the AM4 platform, and we'll be going with Micro ATX because they tend to be the cheapest on average. And let's apply filters and let's sort by lowest price. So looks like the lowest one is the ASRock B450M HDV, but it has only 2 DIMM slots. And the cheapest one with 4 DIMM slots is the Gigabyte B450M DS3H. So let's check it out on Amazon. Gigabyte B450M DS3H. So it's $73 on Amazon. Let's go with Amazon this time. So next we shall move on to our memory. So what kind of memory do you want? Poor.
Personally, I was thinking of 8 gigabytes of dual channel memory at 3000 megahertz.
Okay, so your wish shall be granted. Let's go to memory and desktop memory, of course. Let's use the power surge option. 3000 megahertz. 2 into 4 gigabytes. And of course, condition should be new. Let's sort by the lowest price. And there is Patriot Viper 4 Blackout Series 8 GB kit. Let's check this out on Amazon. So it's $42 on Amazon. So we have to stick with New Vegas this time. Next up, we have our graphics card. So the graphics card of choice is the GT 1030. and it is a old graphics card, but it shall do you the job for your beginning of gaming, and you may upgrade that later. So I was personally thinking this MSI one is good, and let's check Newegg as well. It's sort by lowest price. So, so all of these are refurbished. So there is an Asus one for $80, and there is an MSI one. Let's check if Amazon has the Asus one. Hmm, yeah, it does have it, but it's $106. So let's go with Newegg again. Let's add this to our cart. No thanks. And next up, I think we should go with the power supply unit. So I have a cheap and good one for us. So do you think 450 watts would be enough?
Yes, I think 450 watts should be enough.
So let's go with the 430 watt power supply unit from Thermaltake. Yeah, so it's this one. It's $38.41, and it does the job. It's 80 plus certified, obviously, and it is from a reputable manufacturer, which is Thermaltake. So next up, we go to our storage. So we, even though it's such a cheap system, we would be giving poor SSD, not just a mechanical hard drive, because it's just so much faster than the mechanical hard drives. But first, let's get our mass storage sorted with uh, with hard drive, mechanical hard drive, which would be 500 gigabytes, just to start off and store some of his games. Then we could upgrade that later. So this one looks good. This is not an enterprise drive, and it is 500 gigabytes from WD Blue, and it's just $17. So it is just so much bang for the buck. It is very cheap and does the job well. Next up, we shall be choosing our SSD. So let's just go 2.5 inch, and the capacity, I guess, 120 to 275 gigabytes. Let's apply all the filters and sort by lowest. So the SSD I had in mind was this King Dian S280 series. Let's check this out on Amazon. King Dian 120 gig SSD, and it looks like it's not available on Amazon. So they have the 240 gig version, but we'll be sticking with Newegg again. No thanks, and in it goes into our cart. So for this kind of build, poor, are you good with the dirt cheap case?
Yes, I won't be complaining about the case because it is obviously a very cheap setup.
So we would just go and choose all the major types of cases, and we would just sort by lowest and get the cheapest case which is not on sale. So let's go with all of these. Of course, not Mini ITX. Hmm, I guess this is it, and then let's search and sort by lowest price again. Now make sure this is not the cheapest build you can build. You could entirely remove the GT 1030 and then just go with the Athlon 3000G uh, integrated graphics, but it just doesn't deliver the sort of performance like 1080p low settings. You can do a lot with the GT 1030, whereas with the integrated graphics, you will be stuck with like 1020 FPS and 1080p low settings, and even on 720p low settings, you may not be able to achieve the 60 FPS mark in many games. So this case looks pretty cheap as we want it to. Let's see if we can get a case plus power supply unit. Hmm. I think we should not go with such cheap power supplies. So the $30 Roseville SRM01B also goes into our cart. It does have a USB 3.0. It also has a 80mm fan pre-installed, and it has crappy airflow, but the components would not be acquiring a lot of air because they are low power components. So this was our build, and let's see what the total came out to be. And so our Amazon cart has $111 worth of stuff, and our New York cart has $247 worth of stuff. So that brings up to us to a grand total of $360 excluding sales. And if we are able to get some good deals on all of these things, then you would be able to lower your cost down to about 330 and $340. So we have already built the system, and now the benchmarks are coming your way.
Capture the objective.
Damn it!
The objective is now active.
This old dog's learned a few tricks. I'm not a young man anymore. Activated. Mission ain't over yet.
Find their weakness and claim the objective. Lucio coming at you.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
No rest for the weary.
Deine Valkyrie ist da.
Defeat. Play of the game.